Look what Jesus does with him. Moved with pity, he stretched out his hand and touched him and said, I will be clean. Moved with pity. It's an unfortunate translation because really there's a lot of anger in this Greek word. It would best be translated, moved with an angry compassion. He reached out his hand. Jesus was angry. He was angry, not at this man's doubts. He doesn't recoil from his doubts. He's like, oh no, you have questions. Like, what am I going to do with you? God doesn't recoil from our doubts. He already knows them. He's angry at the brokenness that has come into this man's life because of sin. The devil wants us focused on the wrong things. He wants us angry at each other, angry at other things, when really he's the root issue. Sin and the work of the devil is the root issue. Galatians 6 says we don't battle with flesh and blood. Quit getting mad at one another. We battle with spiritual forces of darkness that corrupt one another. Let's get mad at the source and let's fight back against the source, not against one another. He's angry at the brokenness and he's a compassion because this man is tormented and he's isolated and he's broken and he's alone because of this sin and this brokenness. And Jesus' heart is moved towards him. We need to know today that Jesus is not okay with the brokenness in our lives. He's not okay with settling there, and his heart is moved in compassion towards us. He sees the hurt, he knows the hurt, and he's moved in compassion, and he's angry that we're stuck there and that we're settling there, and he's inviting us to more. And so with pity, he moves forward and touches this man. He tangibly and physically touches the untouchable. We read the Bible, or maybe you've heard this so many times, like, of course he touches the leper. That's what Jesus does. But no, this is not what people did. For hundreds and hundreds of years, when people saw a leper, they sent them away. They backed off. They did not move near. They did not put their hands into the mess of their lives. That's not how things worked. But Jesus is different, and he's greater than the mess of our lives. Somebody needs to hear that today, that the mess you're experiencing, Jesus is greater. He is greater, and he's not moving away from you. He's moving near to you. He's not ashamed of you. He's not recoiling from your doubts. He's got compassion for you, and he's moving towards you to heal and to clean and to deliver. Sometimes we feel this way. We just think, I'm out. And Jesus shows us differently. There's no reason that Jesus should move near to this man, and yet he does. The law says to back away. But Jesus in grace is greater, and he moves near.